what kind of obstacles do you see preventing some of the clients that you're working with moving on with their lives?
Fear. It's fear. For whatever reason, it's usually that the self-acceptance, the self-trust, the self-worth is very low. And the devil, like that lady, it's like, but I have all of this. And this gives me safety. This gives me comfort. This gives me something to hold on. So I stay here. And happiness. And then the justifications come in. Happiness is overrated. And I take happiness from other things. She might take happiness from the material things and then say, okay, I can live with that. This is enough for me. But it's up to each of us what we are willing and what we want to have. I personally, I would give everything up, all the money, all the material stuff to just feel free and feel happy and authentic and have someone I can be myself around and be happy with. But that's me. And other people look at me like my parents looked at me and said, well, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just stay? You're just going from one relationship to the other because you're so selfish. You always think about you. So it doesn't matter what you do. There are always people who tell you it's wrong what you do, who judge you. So it's up to you to say, but this is my decision, whatever that is. Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to look at that and say that it's probably loneliness in a lot of ways. Like when I look at some of the relationships that I want to leave, I would question myself and say, okay, if I were to leave this person who's maybe not right for me at that moment in time, will I be able to find someone else? And it's interesting to hear that people would say that, right? Like, well, if I leave, can I get another relationship? Well, if I leave, it's scary. Or if you leave, why are you selfish? It's like you have these voices trying to shame you into staying in 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 a way. um is it difficult then to deal with those outside voices who are telling you things like, well, it's selfish if you leave, what's wrong with you, well, you're on your third marriage, you're on your fifth husband, you're on your fourth girlfriend, you're on your eighth boyfriend? Like, is it difficult for your clients, or maybe even you as well, during that time, to deal with these outside voices and to quiet them and only listen to your own voice?
What I notice is it's hard to not listen to them when you believe what they say. When there is something inside you that tells you, oh, they might be right. Oh, yes, that's a thought that I have myself. Then you believe it and then you go with it. But if you don't believe it, then they can say whatever they want to say. It's just like, it's your opinion. And everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone has an opinion. But it doesn't mean that you have to take it on or that you have to go with it. But in the end, if you see there is some truth in what they're saying, that's what you go for.
And then how can we get to that point where, because I'm just looking back and I'm thinking, I'd say like your parents would tell you that, like a lot of people, for good, bad, or indifferent, right? Like the weight of their parents carries so much, right? They value it, whether they believe it or not, whether it's the right um words to say or even the wrong words to say. Do you help people work through that as well to understand that, okay, do you think what this person's saying is true? And they may say that, well, Anna, no, I don't. Okay, these are the steps that you have to do to make sure that you don't get influenced by it. Because I can see some people struggling to not listen to the words that they're saying, just depending on who it is, and even so, if they believe it or not. Do you find that struggle as well?
Yeah. So what happened to me, again, a personal story, is when I started my NLP certification, there was the first sentence, there are 12 principles. The first sentence is everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have at the time. And what that means is that we all do the best we can, the best choice we can make with the mental, physical, material resources we have at the time. And then I thought about my parents, about all the stuff that they did to me. I thought, how can that be the best they could do? And at that time, my parents were on this pedestal, yeah. Ooh, mysterious people, or they know everything, da da da. Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, they probably didn't have the mental capacity at the time to do it differently, to listen more to me. That's why they shouted at me. That's why they tried to do whatever they did. And what happened is I took them down from that pedestal and just saw them as people with the good, the bad, the ugly, with their flaws, with their challenges, with their self-doubts. Everything that I carry, I thought, oh my God, they carry that as well. Even though they are older, wiser, have more life experience, and are my parents, they are just people who carry the same shit as I do.